So I'm going to go January 2012 all the way up until today, right? That's what our back testing range is, actually a little bit less than today. And it even shows us here, here's a couple of events that happened over this time period. 2015, there was a China crisis. 2018, there's a correction. 2020 was a COVID crash. 2021, 2022, there's the bear market. If you guys remember that, that was kind of crazy. And then you can see that that's basically what we're going to be back testing over, that whole date range. And all I'm going to do is hit run back test. You see some confetti come down, and you'll see this back test actually go off and start for you. Okay, so we're going to let that run, and I'm going to answer your questions in the meantime. But you can see this thing actually back test here. You can see it starting up, and you'll see a nice progress bar and see exactly what this thing is doing. Okay. Dr. Michael has a question here. Just got here late. Did you share any other links, docs, or resources? So I shared with you guys our presentation. I'll do that again for you, Dr. Michael. There we go. Or should I say Dr. Crawley? That's our presentation that we're going through, so you can follow along as well. And it also comes with that cheat sheet, so you guys can use that. Okay. So there we go. We have the back test running. We can see here, just finished up, back test completed. We could scroll down here. We could see the result of the back test that tells us what was our back testing period, when did we run it. Our annual return was actually very nice, 37% a year. If you guys do the math on that, you can make quite a bit of money doing this. Total return is about 6,831% over the full course of this back test. So in other words, if you had put your money in January 1st, 2012 and held it up until today, you'd be up almost 7,000%. So about 70 times your money. So meaning if you put in about $10,000, let's say, what's 70 times 10,000? You'd have almost $1 million from $10,000 using this strategy. That'd be pretty damn amazing, right? Okay, so that's our back test. That's really, really helpful to help us understand, is this a good idea or not? Back tests are not, miracle workers. They're not going to tell you with 100% certainty that something's going to work, but it definitely gives you a lot more of an indication. So we see here, this is how the strategy did. We could actually get into the weeds of it, right? So I could even click on here, tear sheet HTML. I could see here's the details of exactly how this thing ran. In the blue, you can see this is my strategy and how it performed. You can see these flat parts here too, where it just exited the market, right? You can see all the details here, the total return, the annual return. You can even break it down. Okay, we compare it here versus the S&P 500, right? Because we should compare it to the stock market. It's usually one of the best comparisons. You can see here, the S&P 500 did about 487% over that same time period. We did 683%. So quite a bit better with this strategy. We can see our Sharpe ratio is better, our ROMAD's better, our correlation to the benchmark is quite a bit lower as well. Correlation is really important. And you could kind of go through all the details here and really in a lot of detail understand exactly what this strategy did, right? This we could do with this tear sheet. You get that automatically every single time you run a back test. Okay, but you can also get more stuff. You can get CSV files if you want to analyze it using ChatGPT or using Excel or something like that. And you can also click here on View Details, and this is going to give you a Trading View chart. For those of you that use Trading View, it'll give you a nice Trading View chart so you can actually understand in detail what exactly this thing did. All right, so we're going to wait for this thing to load up here. And you can see here, this is our strategy, and you can see exactly it sold here on what was that, March 10th, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. And then it bought on May 18th, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. You can see basically all the buys and sells that it did. You can see how much cash we had on hand at each point in time. And look at that. It grew from $100,000 at the very beginning. That's our default. It grew from $100,000 approximately all the way until the end. It grew to be about $7 million